Okay, Mike. Sorry about that last video. Something's going on with my software, so you're going to probably get 3 or 4 short links from me so we can look at all the views. This one basically is just going over the same, just a different picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Even different styles, they all in the MLB try to strive pretty much the same important characteristics regardless of style points of where to get to right before a front foot strike. Like I said, you've got about 90% of the way there that's correct. You just especially on this particular throw, you're very early into opening up and what they call early front foot rotation. So let's look at it again. So here you are coming down. There you're breaking hands again right at about the chest. Let's look at Trevor. Okay, you'll see one thing that he does a good job of. He leads really well with his hips. He's come out to here. Okay, so he's starting. You can see he's starting to lead. He leaves his front foot back. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of that. I mean, it feels comfortable. It's how he does it to stay closed. Greinke has more similar of a front foot action that you do, but he's able to keep himself sideways much longer than you are. So here's Trevor going into front foot strike. Okay, now he's down. Let's take you. There, you're down. Right there. A couple things you'll notice. One is most elite pitchers that throw the ball hard have little to no arm troubles and have what I call a narrow release point, which is able to release the ball on your fastball consistently in the same window over and over. When they get to front foot strike, they're in a really good position. When you're not, there's many more variables for that release window to be real wide, real open, and very inconsistent. One of the things you want to look at is when they do get into front foot strike, they talk about people generate forces from the ground up. And so the first thing he did was he opened up his foot. He got it down. He's in a good spot. He's on that power line. He's not across his body. He's not way open. His hips have begun to fire. You see the hips are starting to turn, but you can still see the letters on his jersey because the top part is always the last to fire. They call it hip to shoulder separation. Trevor's one of the better at getting very great hip to shoulder separation. You can see your shoulders and your hips are almost synced. They move together, and that's because your back leg right here, it starts to roll down early. Okay, so let's get you into front foot strike right there. You can see you've got a little bit of the lean this way and your head is tilted towards the first base side. Okay, so let's go into ball release right there. Let's look at that spot on both of you. Okay, both of your arms are laid back pretty good. You're not quite 90. He's pretty close to 90. Okay, but the one big difference is look at this curve in your back tilted that way, and look at Trevor is pretty flat. That means he was able to save his energy to the very end and translate that through the legs, through the hips, through the shoulders, and finally through the arm. He is slamming. He's getting really good what they call front torso flexion. Okay, he's really slamming that torso up over his front leg, and he's got, boom, look at that. Okay, let's get you in a ball release. Okay, there you are. Okay, I can't even see your head in that picture. It's tilted towards the first base side. I can see Trevor's hat. Okay, let's measure the angle. This will give you a good idea of how much trunk flexion you had. Pretty big difference. Okay, again, my biggest suggestion to you would be just to keep gathered, break your hands lower at your belt, keep that front foot closed, drive with the back leg, and lead with the hip until you absolutely can't. Then that front foot breaks front hip. It should still be sideways here. See, when that front foot turns to the plate, that back leg can do nothing but rotate down. Okay, there it goes. And your back arm is late. Okay, so I'm going to do one more side by side, and then I'll do it from behind, and then we'll go from there.